The artist sees beyond the physical, some have said. He sees beauty in many a chaotic situation. That's what the lecturers and students of the Creative Arts Department UNILAG saw when they decided to fix themselves a gallery. They open it with the On and On exhibition, works done by one's imparting knowledge.
I'd like to declare this exhibition open to the glory of God and to the beauty and joy of the humanity who are going to walk in here to enjoy the works of art here displayed. Thank you very
much. It's the first time an exhibition is taking place in this gallery. The lecturers and students of the Creative Arts Department of the University of Lagos are doing the honors of being the first set of people to display their paintings, sculptures, and other creations in this space. The lecturers brought in about 20 works for the inauguration of the Lagoon Gallery tagged On and On.
In the Department of Creative Arts, University of Lagos, staff have never done an exhibition before. And so, this is the time we are starting, and the moment we start, it's going to be a continuous thing. So, it's an ongoing thing. That's the meaning of On and On.
Head of Department, Pedro Laiwola, was glad to welcome the guests, including the Provost of the College of Medicine, Professor Folusho Lisi, who took time to appreciate the works on display. From an old store space into this cute gallery, the exhibition is to celebrate the ingenuity and creativity, a wake-up call to the artists in the young and the old not to give up.
On and On signifies continuity, and we have lecturers in the Department of Creative Arts who have brought their works together to start off this show and to open this gallery known as the Lagoon Gallery. So the idea is that we start it off and then students can continue from there. It's going to be a laboratory where students can learn how to curate exhibitions, and they also invite artists from outside of the university environment to show their work so that we have this town and gown kind of connection.
These men and women take time to impart knowledge. For them, this inaugural exhibition gives them room to express themselves, the dawn of a new era.
The work I have here is titled Dialoguing Syria, and I did this work about a year ago. I've always looked at the issue of plundering, looting that went on in Benin in 1897 by British soldiers. And I argue here that the works that were looted, taken away from the palace of the king, be returned to Nigeria, to Benin. And when I did this work, it was done in South Africa. And I tried to see how I could look at South African history and put it in line with the history that I was already conversant with. And so I decided to look at the history of Sarah Batman, who was taken away to Europe and shown in what you call human zoos because of her morphology and the very voluptuous backside that she had. So I brought these two histories together, the history of plundering of artifacts and the history of the return of human remains, the body of Sarah Batman that was returned to South Africa. And so I put all of that on the panels that you find here. In a way, there's this dialogue going on between the looted artifacts and the body of Sarah Batman. But I didn't want to be accused of the gaze, looking at her body again. So what I did was to turn her body upside down and used circles to represent my entire form.
The piece is titled I Do. It's a plastic medium and with some other materials. You can say it's mixed media. But the title is I Do. I Do means it's a language they use on the altar in the church, or when two people, a man and a woman, are going to marry. When they are going to the altar, so they say, I do. Whether they go to the altar or not, at a point in time, they must say, I do, I love you. And they consummate it by going together and either in the church or in the mosque. But in Africa, we cherish that most. That is what we love most in Africa. Family system. Our family system is very strong. And whenever it is consummated, they expect love, commitment, togetherness, friendship, and all these things. What have you? And so, whatsoever we want to break that, the siblings are there, they coexist together. Even they have aunts, they have the uncles, niece, the extended family, the nuclear family, you see them moving and working together. So, but you see husband and wife. You can see from this object, from the artwork, you should be able to decide who is the husband and who is the wife. The wife, you see the color, I use the color to depict the wife. Expensive, radiant, and that's the life of women. And you look at the husband, cool, the color is cool, meaning that the husband lavishes the wife. And the husband is happy. And the wife goes like that, the husband is not angry. But in other cultures around the world, they don't have that family tie. Go your own way. This is just a contract. If it works well, good. If it doesn't work well, fine. But in Africa, we cherish it and we go together.
It's a process that brings out the very best in them.
If you look at the work, you see some circular forms on the wall, which I title Awon, which means net. And that net is helping to contain what is inside of a man. You know, it is easy for a man to be distracted when you start looking at different things happening in this environment. But if you want to capture a picture, you have to cover it up. So I decided to cover my work up with Awon, which is net, to focus on the message of the work.
So, what inspires them to birth their pieces?
Different things inspire me. I'm a lecturer also in this department, so looking at students on a daily basis, looking at what people go through inspire me. But I mostly work on women. My team covers women's challenges because when you look at women, you see the expression of life. A man can conceal his feeling, but a woman in most cases cannot. And a woman goes through a lot of things, you know, caring for children, working at the same time, and then returning home to put food on the table to prepare for the husband to come. If you ask me, that's a lot of work.
Art lovers from different parts of Lagos and visitors to the university all came to see the works and the talents inherent in the tertiary institution.
Oh, these are marvelous work of art. The artists are great. They are great men and women of timber and caliber.
The Lagoon Gallery is a beautiful model that will help students learn in a more engaging space. It is also for them to know that this is the standard that is expected. And with artists from outside the department allowed to bring in their works for showcasing, a town gown experience is born, and students can interact with the artists.
Next week on Art House. Things Fall Apart exhibition at the Third Pyramid Art Center.
The works have been very, very interesting, very illuminating. It's like taking a walk into Things Fall Apart.
Plus, primitive art exhibition at the National Museum.
We are the ones who are determining what we call our arts in current generation. So we have a collection of paintings, sculpture, mixed media, various types of art forms.
For that and more, tune in next time.
Your Art House experience doesn't have to end when the show's not on television. Interact with us on any of our social media platforms. See any edition of Art House on Channels TV's YouTube page. Send your works of art to Art House on Channels Television by joining the group on Facebook. We are everywhere.
And that's how we wrap up the show for today. Thank you for watching. Let's continue the conversation on all our platforms, as you can see on the screen. I'm Neota Igwe. Have a lovely day.